Long before a Toyota car becomes metal, glass, and rubber, it begins as a philosophy. Not a design trend, not a marketing idea, a way of thinking. Inside Toyota's manufacturing world, efficiency is not about speed alone. It is about removing everything that does not add value. Every movement, every pause, every sound on the factory floor exists for a reason. Nothing is accidental. This mindset is known globally as the Toyota production system, but inside the factory, it is simply the way things are done. The day inside a Toyota factory begins quietly. Lights rise gradually. Machines awaken in sequence. Workers arrive in steady rhythm, not rushed, not idle. Large digital boards display production targets, takt time, and workflow status. These screens do not pressure workers, they guide them. Every car that will be built today is already planned. Steel coils arrive first. Massive rolls of metal are fed into stamping machines that shape body panels with incredible force. Doors, roofs, side panels, all formed in seconds. The presses move with slow authority, their timing exact, their motion controlled. Sensors monitor thickness, shape, and consistency in real time. If something is even slightly off, the line does not ignore it. It stops. Stopping the line is not failure here. It is respect for quality. Stamped panels move forward into welding zones where robotic arms work in synchronized choreography. Sparks fly briefly as frames are joined together, but the noise is controlled, contained. Robots do not rush. They repeat. Every weld is placed where it has always been placed. Lasers scan the frame immediately after. Alignment is verified down to millimeters. A misaligned body does not move forward, cannot be corrected later. This is a core rule inside Toyota factories. Quality is built in, not inspected at the end. Once the body shell is complete, it enters the paint process, one of the most controlled environments in the entire factory. Before any color is applied, the body is cleaned and treated to resist corrosion. Layers bond invisibly, protecting the car for years before it ever meets rain or road salt. Painting is done by robots in sealed booths. Static charge pulls paint evenly across surfaces, reducing waste and ensuring uniform thickness. Each layer is applied slowly, deliberately. Base coat, color coat, clear coat, then heat. The body moves through curing ovens where paint hardens into a durable shell. Only after cooling does the car emerge glossy and complete, reflecting the overhead lights like still water. But this shell is still empty. At the same time, elsewhere in the factory, engines are being assembled. Pistons, crankshafts, valves, all fitted together with exact torque values. Sensors confirm each step. No bolt is tightened by feel. Everything is measured. Transmissions are built nearby. Gear teeth mesh perfectly, designed to shift smoothly under stress. Hybrid components, where applicable, are assembled with additional safety checks. High-voltage systems are verified repeatedly before they are ever allowed near the vehicle body. Then comes one of the most important moments in the factory, the marriage. The painted body moves overhead while the engine, transmission, and suspension wait below. In one smooth, controlled motion, they come together. The car becomes a machine, not just a shell. Workers guide this step carefully. Robots assist, but humans remain central. They listen. They watch. They feel vibrations machines cannot interpret. From here, the car grows rapidly. Wiring harnesses are routed through the body like nerves. Dashboards slide into place. Seats are installed. Glass is mounted with robotic precision. Doors align perfectly. Checked, adjusted, rechecked. Each station has a defined time window. Not rushed, not wasted, just enough. This is where Toyota's efficiency becomes visible. Parts arrive exactly when needed, not early, not late. There are no mountains of inventory sitting idle. Everything flows. If a worker notices a problem, they pull the end cord. Lights change. The line slows or stops. Supervisors arrive, not to assign blame, but to solve the problem together. This culture matters, because machines alone do not create efficiency. People do. By the end of this stage, the car looks finished. But Toyota does not trust appearances. That trust must be earned. Thumbs up if you're enjoying this deep look inside how Toyota builds cars differently. Tap the like button. When a Toyota car leaves the main assembly line, it looks complete. The body is painted. The engine is installed. The interior is finished. But inside this factory, appearance means nothing, because a car is not considered real until it proves itself. This stage exists for one reason only: verification. As the vehicle rolls forward, it enters a quieter zone of the factory. The energy changes here. Machines are still active, but the pace becomes more deliberate. This is where Toyota's obsession with reliability becomes visible. The first tests are digital. The car connects to diagnostic systems that immediately communicate with its onboard computers. Software scans every electronic system: engine control units, braking systems, sensors, infotainment, safety modules. Any inconsistency triggers an alert. Nothing is ignored. Next comes fluid testing. Oil, coolant, brake fluid, and transmission fluid are added in precise quantities. Sensors confirm correct levels and pressure. Leaks are not tolerated. A single drop where it does not belong is enough to stop progress. The engine is started for the first time. Not aggressively, not dramatically. It starts calmly, monitored by microphones and vibration sensors that listen for irregularities humans might miss. The engine idles. Rev levels change. Temperatures rise and stabilize. If something sounds wrong, the car does not move forward. It moves backward. Brake testing follows. The vehicle rolls onto a set of large rollers that simulate road resistance. The brakes engage repeatedly, measuring stopping force and balance between wheels. Steering systems are tested for responsiveness and alignment. Every action is recorded. Then comes the rain test. The car enters a sealed tunnel where high-pressure water sprays from every direction. Roof, doors, windows, undercarriage. The simulation is harsher than most real-world storms. Inside, sensors watch for moisture. If water enters the cabin, the car fails. Interior inspection follows immediately. Panels are checked. Seals are re-examined. Carpet is inspected under bright lights. Nothing escapes notice. After that, the car moves into dynamic testing. Some Toyota factories include short test tracks where vehicles are driven at low and moderate speeds. Acceleration, braking, steering, and suspension behavior are observed. Speed bumps, uneven surfaces, and tight turns reveal problems static tests cannot. Drivers are trained specifically for this role. They do not drive casually. They feel for subtle vibrations, steering resistance, or noises that don't belong. A car that does not feel right does not pass. Once dynamic testing is complete, the car returns inside for final inspection. Master inspectors walk around the vehicle slowly. They check panel gaps with gauges. They run their hands along edges. They examine paint surfaces under intense lighting that reveals even microscopic imperfections. This step takes time, and time is allowed here because Toyota does not believe speed should come at the cost of trust. Inside the cabin, every function is tested. Buttons, screens, climate control, seat adjustments, lights, signals, audio systems. Nothing is assumed to work simply because it was installed. Only after every test passes does the vehicle receive final approval. That approval is logged digitally, permanently attached to the vehicle's identity. From this moment forward, the car is no longer considered in production. It is considered ready. But Toyota's discipline does not end there. Before shipping, protective measures are applied. Seat covers, steering wheel wraps, exterior films. These are not cosmetic. They protect the car from damage during transport. Keys are programmed and paired. Documentation is prepared. Export or regional destination codes are assigned. Outside the main building, finished vehicles wait in organized lanes, grouped by destination. There is no chaos here, no random parking. Every car has a place. Transport schedules update continuously. Trucks arrive exactly when needed. Rail carriers and shipping vessels are coordinated days in advance. Loading is slow and careful. Drivers guide cars onto transport carriers. Restraints are secured. Final checks confirm stability. Only then does the vehicle leave the factory grounds. But even as it departs, the factory does not pause. Production data from this vehicle feeds back into the system. Performance trends, defect rates, improvement opportunities. If a pattern appears, adjustments are made quietly, often without stopping production. This is how Toyota improves without disruption. Not through dramatic redesigns, but through constant refinement. The car now moves toward its destination. Dealership, port, or rail hub, carrying inside it not just parts, but discipline. A discipline enforced thousands of times before it ever reached the road. Bell if you want more calm. Inside the factory stories like this. Subscribe, the final session is coming next. By the time a Toyota vehicle reaches a dealership floor, the factory that built it has already moved on. Not emotionally, not symbolically, operationally, because Toyota's manufacturing system is not designed around single cars. It is designed around continuity. Inside Toyota plants around the world, production never truly stops. When one shift ends, another begins. When one model completes its run, the line adapts. The system breathes, adjusts, and repeats. This is not automation for spectacle. It is automation for stability. Finished vehicles leave the factory in carefully timed waves. Some travel by truck to nearby dealerships. Others are loaded onto rail carriers. Many head toward ports, where massive ships wait to carry them across oceans. Every movement is tracked. Global logistics dashboards update continuously, showing the location of every vehicle in transit. Routes adjust automatically based on weather, congestion, or demand shifts. Nothing is left to chance. But Toyota's efficiency does not end with delivery. Once vehicles arrive at distribution centers, they are inspected again. Protective films are removed. Systems are checked. The car must feel exactly the same as it did when it left the factory. Dealerships receive vehicles based on real demand, not speculation. Inventory is balanced carefully. Too many cars sitting idle is waste. Too few means unmet need. This balance is one of Toyota's quiet strengths. To the customer, the experience feels effortless. The car is available when they need it. It works as expected. It does not demand attention to its flaws. That reliability has a cost. And Toyota pays that cost long before the customer ever arrives. Inside factories, sustainability has become inseparable from efficiency. Materials are tracked from arrival to reuse. Scrap metal is recycled immediately. Paint overspray is captured and reused. Water used in cleaning processes is filtered and recirculated. Energy usage is monitored in real time. Machines enter low power states automatically when idle. Lighting adjusts based on activity. Heat generated by one process is reused in another. These decisions are not marketing strategies. They are system optimizations, because waste is inefficiency that has not yet been corrected. Toyota also studies what happens after the sale. Data from vehicles in the real world feeds back into engineering teams, where patterns, failure points, maintenance trends. If a part wears faster than expected, future designs adjust quietly. If a system performs better than planned, it becomes the new standard. This feedback loop is constant. That is why Toyota vehicles evolve slowly. Designs don't change dramatically year to year. Familiarity is protected. Drivers trust what they know, and Toyota respects that trust. Inside the factory, improvement never announces itself loudly. There are no banners celebrating small gains. There are no dramatic pauses for innovation. Instead, there are boards filled with handwritten notes, suggestions from workers, small changes tested locally before being adopted globally. This is Kaizen, continuous improvement. Not perfection in one moment, but progress over time. Workers are not treated as replaceable parts. They are treated as sensors. When something feels wrong, they speak up. When something can be better, they propose it. And the system listens. That is why Toyota factories do not feel rushed. Urgency exists, but panic does not. Pressure exists, but chaos does not. Everything flows. When night comes, lights dim but systems remain alert. Machines clean themselves. Tools recalibrate. Materials wait. By morning, the cycle resumes. Steel becomes structure. Structure becomes movement. Movement becomes trust. This is not magic. It is discipline. Toyota does not promise perfection. Promises consistency. And consistency, repeated millions of times, becomes reliability. That reliability is what drivers feel when their car starts every morning. When it runs quietly, when it lasts longer than expected. They may never think about stamping presses and cords or tack time, but those systems are there, working invisibly every time the engine turns over. That is how Toyota cars are made, not just from parts, but from a system that never sleeps. Speech Balloon, now tell me in the comments, which factory or global brand should we go inside next?